Now, I've got a little bit of a left of center question here, Mark, and this is a bit of a pointy one. One of the things that we hear a lot, particularly in this industry, I'm going to say this goes everywhere, but particularly in this industry, is when things are not going right, when things are, you feel maybe a bit stuck, maybe a bit overwhelmed, it's common to hear people complaining that, well, the company's doing this, the people in my team are doing that, my leader isn't giving me the support that I need. Now, just on the off chance we've got someone listening to us right now that maybe has said those words just recently, have you got a piece of advice for them to help them to get a little bit unstuck by maybe just doing a little bit of an attitude check?
The great team members, the great band members, we take culpability, we take responsibility, we look out for each other, which means there's no excuses. So if you are trying to put responsibility or culpability on somebody else other than yourself, you are weakening your own position because you are no longer in control. And the moment you do that, then you don't have the ability to then make the changes and improvements. You're kind of throwing it off on somebody else. So we all go through tough times, but what I do is I shift my attitude. We cannot control what happens to us, but what makes attitude so incredibly powerful is you have the power to choose, change, or shift your attitude about what is happening to you. And your attitude is your point of view. It's your vantage point or your disadvantage point, depending upon the attitude that you choose. And remember, it's not what we look at, it's what we see or perceive that determines our experiences, the way you perceive yourself, the lens through which you see the world. The meaning that you attach to people, places, and circumstances are determined by the stories that you tell yourself. So this is what I do almost on a daily basis, is you think of an attitude you want to create. And then what you want to do is you want to set your mind up so your mind knows something is about to happen. And I use the greatest psychology and physiology that I've learned to create the most immediate results. So what I immediately do is I count backwards by 5. Like it's a rocket launch. I count 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. I shut my eyes. I clench my fists. I tighten my core. And I think of a time I was joyful. And I just sit with it for a minute.